Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Hope that you're all doing well today. Hope that your week's going well. I don't know which day you're gonna see this because I try to do my vids kind of pre-recorded in the sense of like I try to record throughout, each day. I don't do every day as much as I want to, but that way I can just spread them out because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna be in John Hopkins this summer. And I know that I won't be able to make videos, so I'm trying to make as many videos as possible. So by the time I'm at John Hopkins, y'all still got the vids. I'm still being consistent, but y'all don't care about that. y'all are here for what is the video about? That's what I'm here for. Well, if you haven't read the title already, we're just going over some things that we need to get over, right? Some negative mind traps when it comes to money that we want to avoid. Which the first one being that debt is normal. Some of us do live life thinking that debt is normal. I mean, in some way it is normal, but is it the right kind of normal? Because I mean, it's normal for people to get murdered. That's normal, but is that good? Okay, so don't look at debt as saying normal. Oh yeah, debt, that's fine. No, okay. And when I say murder, I mean in GTA, of course. But anyway, debt is not something that should be normal in your life. Do not normalize debt. Don't think that, oh yeah, I'm in debt, that's okay. Because it's not. You never want to put yourself in debt. And even like a situation where like it's a mortgage, right? Because that's a little bit different. We want to make sure that we're always paying off debt. Don't think that, oh yeah, I can go by a month. Yeah, I may just pay a minimum. No. Don't have that kind of mindset because it's going to really drag you down further, as I tell you guys all the time. Debt, put it like this, debt loves people because it gets to keep them in a cycle. So debt loves when you pay off minimum payments, because if you pay off the minimum, well, you still owe me, and that interest is going to keep coming. So get out the mindset that debt is some normal thing. I understand that some of our parents may have lived with debt, and sometimes parents give that idea, oh yeah, debt's normal. That's not a good mindset to have at all. I really want to erase that from people's mind that, oh yeah, debt's normal. Yeah, again, murdering someone in GTA, that's normal as well, okay? It does not make it right. Just because something is normal, again, does not make it okay. You do not want debt. I don't want you guys to think that it's okay to have debt. I don't want you guys to teach your future kids that it's okay to have debt. You want the best for yourself. You want to optimize your situation. Of course, things aren't going to be perfect. Not saying you're never going to be in debt. I mean, again, technically I'm in debt because I have credit card debt. That because I treat my debt I treat my debt kind of as my money, so I paid off on time each and every cycle. So technically that is debt. So don't get confused there, okay? It's okay to use a credit card. It's okay to have a mortgage, but again, pay those things off on time and in full, please. But the next thing, it's kind of one of those things where, you ever heard of this saying, pay yourself first? Like, really just think about it like this, right? Say you get a paycheck, all right? We're talking about people who have a job. You get a paycheck, and the first thing you do is you go get you something. Well, no, the first thing you do, you pay your bills, right? Then you use what's left over from your bills to do whatever you want. And guess what you typically do? You do whatever you have, whatever little you have left over, and then you say, okay, I'll save this, I guess. It's a second thought. Saving is a second thought. And if anything, it should be quite literally the second thought, like the second thing you think of. Not like the last, because second thoughts typically we mean the last thought, but it should quite literally be the second thing, because the first thing you should be doing is paying off your debt first. But what you should do right after that? Save. So something that I always suggest people to do is to automatically save, meaning that you don't have to do anything. I've said this before. Set it up where whatever your deposit is, or even let's just say in the line, I know you should have deposit, but let's say you have a job that doesn't have direct deposit. So as soon as you cash your check, have it set up where a certain amount of money gets sent into your savings account each and every month, because that's going to help you save automatically. That way it hasn't been the last thing. You don't just save a little bit of money, you're saving a sufficient amount of money. Of course you want to save an amount of money that makes sense for you, because if you're getting paid, let's say $3,000 a month, you have all these bills, you're not going to be able to save $1,500 and like get by, right? Like you're going to have to save a certain percentage, right? So cut down on all the extra spending that you do and put to savings first. Right after you pay off your debt, go straight to savings, and then with what you have left over, then you can do the fun stuff. And understand that I can't do all the fun stuff, and that's okay. Be content with the fact that you cannot have everything, because you need to pay yourself first, and paying yourself first is saving, okay? So please, please, please make sure that you're saving first. Okay, of course, well, technically second. But the first thing you put your money towards to after your debt should be your savings, and then all that fun, nice stuff that you want to get, then you get it. Which actually connects to the next point. Look, I've said this before in a previous video, but stop trying to impress other people. As much as we say, no, I'm not trying to impress other people, yet we're trying to get the newest, best things all the time. Trying to keep up with the Joneses, pretty much, right? So if you see someone else do something, you're trying to compete with them. You're trying to have the same level of, well, what looks like success as they do. It's a serious problem we have. So if we see the new gadget, oh, I gotta have this new gadget. Oh, a new phone, I gotta have this new phone. A new chair. It's apparently I seen on TikTok. Oh, it's this cool chair. Oh, it's this cool this and that. Cause there's a lot of things on TikTok that you find. Oh, I have to get it because this person has it. No, you don't. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Stop trying to impress other people. Because you seriously do not. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Look at your life. Say, okay, I have a working, whatever the gadget is. This works fine. There's nothing wrong with the one I have. Yeah, this one may have a little bit of improvement, but is it going to significantly change my life? Absolutely not. Right? Because there's always going to be something better. That's what you need to remember. There's always going to be something better. As soon as you get that new gadget, there's going to be a new gadget that's even better than that. Are you going to buy that one now? And then, again, it's a cycle. They're trying to keep you in a cycle to keep buying, to keep I'm not going to say wasting your money. Some things are good purchases, but to keep you spending your money. Okay? And that's not a mindset you want to have. You want to get yourself out of that trap because ultimately that's all it is. Okay? Trying to keep up with the Joneses is a trap. All right, if you're someone who's middle of the pack, right? You're middle class. Stop trying to look like you're the topper class. I said topper class. Ignore that, guys. Upper class. Please ignore that. I don't know what the heck came through my mind when I said that. But if you're middle class, stop trying to act like you're upper class, please. You're not, and it's okay. Yes, if you're not upper class, it is okay. It's okay. If you're middle class, it's okay. Even if you're lower class, get yourself out of that. Don't try to look like something you're not. If you're in the lower class, maybe and you feel like you're in a privileged position, how can I get myself out of this situation? How can I get to that middle class and eventually maybe to that upper class, right? How about that? Instead of, I know that I'm not in this class, but I want to look like I am. For what? So you can stay in that class and look good while you're in it? Because at the end of the day, you're still struggling. All right, your life actually hasn't changed. You just look different. You're in disguise, but your life is still stressful. You're still trying to figure out how you're gonna pay for this next month and that month. Your kids, right, relatives. Don't do that to yourself. Humble yourself, okay? Please humble yourself. Say, okay, I can't afford this. This isn't meant for me, but maybe one day it will. And how am I gonna get to that? By savings, okay? By putting myself first. All right, so please keep that in mind. It's super important not to try to be something you're not. Okay, eventually you can get there, and I want you to, and I want you to strive for that. Again, but don't disguise yourself as someone you're not. That is very. It's like the opposite of what you think it's gonna do. It's actually making things worse for you because you have to upkeep that lifestyle that you cannot. You literally cannot upkeep it. But I know y'all tired of me ranting. All right, that was just a little rant. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, the next thing, I've said plenty and countless of times, so I'm going to keep this one short because I've said it in a plethora of videos. But track your spending, okay? Stop going by life saying, like, thinking that, not like, oh, I don't need to track my money, or, tracking my money, that's just so boring. No. Please get out of that mindset. Again, tracking your spending does not have to be a budget. It doesn't have to be a spreadsheet. Whatever works for you, and again, keeps you conscious of where you're spending your money on, I'm all for it. Whatever the idea or the strategy that you use, if it works, it works. But whatever you do, make sure that it's being tracked. Track your spending to see, okay, I am saving this much, or I'm spending a little too much here. Again, I always say you need a direction, and tracking your spending is your map. All right, you want to get to upper class? Well, start tracking your spending, okay? It's going to be a guide to say, okay, all I need to do is this, and that. And then eventually, after a few years, because it's not going to be quick, it's going to be actually multiple years. Okay, then I got myself into upper class. And it's because I tracked my spending. I was conscious of my spending. And I guess what? I did things that mattered. All right? I wasn't just consumed by keeping up with the Joneses. Not paying myself first, as in not saving, right? Not paying off my debt, thinking debt is normal. All that is going to come into play. So please, please, please do not forget that. It is super important, and it's just super crucial to track your spending in any stage of life, even if you're someone's upper class. A lot of people who are successful, like really successful, they track their spending. Yes, even when they have as much money as you could even think of, yes, they track their spending. And guess what? That helps them keep their money and grow it even further. So don't think that you're too good or too bad to track your money. No one is too good to track their money. Okay? It is super important. Again, it is super crucial. Now, lastly, I think this is something that we all need to get out of a trap of is waiting last second to save for retirement or not thinking about retirement at all. Look, I understand that you're 18, maybe even younger than that, and you're thinking, man, retirement, I'm not gonna retire anytime soon anyway. Like, I'll get to it. Keep thinking like that. Because the more you think like that, the more you're going to forget about retirement as a whole. It's going to become, again, what? A second thought. Don't have retirement as a second thought because guess what? We're all going to eventually retire. It is inevitably going to happen. And even if you say, well, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of money. Again, what's going to happen when that income stops coming in? Think about it. Think about your future. I say this a lot in this channel. Think about your future. Stop staying in the moment. Stop thinking, oh, yeah, well, I'm only this age. I'm not really thinking about that right now. Well, you should start thinking about that. Again, it does not have to be high contributions, but the younger you start, the less amount that you have to contribute in the first place. Because guess what? Of compound interest. Because of compound interest, if you put a little bit of money to a index fund that tracks something like the S&P 500, and again, I'm not going to put out any exact numbers because that's a little bit misleading, but you can expect traditionally good returns. S&P's, as I always say, your best bet, and that's why I always only say the S&P. Because I don't want to sway anyone into the wrong direction, but S&P is genuinely a safe choice. Okay, it just is. Okay, that's why I don't say anybody else or the total market. Index that tracks total market as well is good, but again, don't wait last second to save for retirement. Think of your future now. Plan out your future today. Even I say this, even if it's just sub goals, like if I'm 18, when I'm 21, I want to have this saved up, or when I'm 25, then I want to have this saved up for retirement, etc., etc. And it doesn't have to be retirement. Just your entire life is going to think about the future. Because guess what? The future is going to inevitably come one day. All right, this isn't on the list, but guess what? I've said it before. Same for your wedding. Your wedding is going to come. Well, okay, actually that's not true. You might not ever get married. All right, that was wrong. But just assuming that you would get married, even if it's at a later age, it's something that you still should prepare for. Okay, why be unprepared when you could have been prepared? Right? So again, I want you to grow conscious of these thoughts, because ultimately, a lot of the times I say we don't think of it, and that's not your fault. But that's why I want to bring it to your attention. Okay. But hope you enjoyed the video. As I always say, if you got anything from this video, please share it. Spread the knowledge. I always say spread the knowledge. Of course, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. All right, you should have did in the beginning of the video, but I didn't tell you, so I'll give you a pass. But next time I tell you like and subscribe in the beginning, I need you to like and subscribe. All right, comment as well, though. Keep that algorithm going. You know what I'm saying? You know you want to see me. So, yeah, please comment, like, subscribe. But lastly, I hope you guys enjoy your day, the rest of your week, and peace out.